Okay, so some of you guys missed what I had said before. Sarah's having a little bit of technical difficulties with her computer, so she asked me to start the call. I have no idea what she had planned. I know Sarah has like awesome planning, so I'm sure that she has an agenda, but we will start. I'm going to ask everyone first again because we got some more hopping on now. Who is going to Summit for their first time? Raise your hand if you're going to Summit for your first time. Yay! It's going to be so much fun. So I think Sarah's tonight going to talk about probably mostly about clothing options. I know that's a big stressor for people. Before Summit last year, I like freaked out about what to buy. I am not really a girly girl, so it was really overwhelming for me to kind of go on a girls trip and like figure out the dresses and the like self tan and the eyelashes and stuff. So there's a lot of different perspectives that Sarah's going to talk about more. But from my perspective, having been there once and worrying about all that stuff and now going again, my biggest piece of advice would be wear what you feel most comfortable in, because that's going to present in the photos that you're taking, that you're going to be sharing on your social media later to like really pump up your team and pump up the coach recruitment and stuff after. So wear what you're most comfortable in, wear what you feel comfortable in, what makes you feel good and comfortable. I could probably say it 3 more times. Be comfortable. As far as the sessions go, I don't know the buildings that they're in this year, but I'm presuming they're going to be very similar to last year, and they were air conditioned inside. So when you're in sessions all day, you want to make sure that you have some kind of light jacket, even like just a light zip up hoodie or whatever that you can roll up and stick in your bag when you're outside, but something that you have to wear in the sessions. I think most of us or most people wore like workout clothes to the sessions just because that's what most of us are most comfortable in, is Lulus and a tank top. But when your spare time, or like, I'm not sure if Rose is hopping on this call or not tonight, but there will be some form of Fit Republic gathering. And last year it was a barbecue in one of the girls had an Airbnb house, which was perfect because we had the most gorgeous photos outside. But it was hot. There was like 40 of us packed into this tiny little hot house. So keep that in mind, the layers, right? I'm trying to think what else. Comfortable shoes, especially take a look at where your hotel is in comparison to where the different things, the sessions and the opening ceremonies and the closing ceremonies are, whether you're going to Uber that or you've got the wristband for the trolley or whatever, or if you're going to walk. If you're going to hoof it, make sure that you have comfortable shoes or comfortable sandals that you're going to be wearing. For the super workout on the Saturday morning, it does start out really cold in Nashville it was cold in the morning because it was still dark when we got there, because it's like at the crack of dawn, literally. But the sun rises very quickly, you get warm very quickly, you're working out very quickly, so keep that in mind. Shorts and a tank top are probably best for that workout, and know that is where you get the best group photos to really pump people up. There are 30,000 coaches that I think we're doing it in the stadium this time, but in Nashville, we shut down Main Broadway Road in Nashville, and 30,000 coaches worked out together, and the photos were freaking awesome. So keep that in mind. My best, I don't know, I'm going to say my best piece of advice for all of my pieces of advice, because I have lots of really great advice, but I also don't have a lot of synonyms. But another good piece of advice would be, in the way that I pick out the things that I'm going to be doing. So I know that there's the general session. I know that there's a Fit Republic barbecue. For the diamonds, there's usually a diamond party or diamond get together. For those of you that qualified for the workouts with Sagi or with that other guy, the UV2 guy, you're going to be taking a shit ton of pictures in there. Sorry, there's kids. But you are Leandro, thank you. You're going to be taking a ton of pictures in there. So if you have a Body Beast tank top, wear that to your Sagi workout. If you have a special workout top that you want in those photos, keep that in mind. Anyways, pick out the different things that you're going to do. Make a list of the schedule, and you can, I'm sure Rose is going to be posting a schedule, or Sarah's going to be posting a schedule in the Fit Republic or in the Fit Republic Summit group of activities and events. You can download the Coach Summit app today and check out the schedule and add things so that you can add it to your own schedule. Pick out those things, pick out specific outfits for those things, and then pack like that. So then you're not taking too many clothes or not enough. You know what you're going to wear. Take photos of first of all, take photos of what you're going to wear, because you can post them in these next 3 weeks. And then you know your outfits that are going together. Carol Lee last year did a really awesome thing with one of her friends, because she was style challenged like I am. I don't believe that. Like, Carol Lee is a very good dresser, so I don't believe she's actually style challenged, but she said she was. And so she got a friend to come over and help her put jewelry and shoes and all the different accessories together with each outfit that she was planning for each event. And then she took a picture of all of it, so that when she got to Nashville, she knew, I'm wearing this and this and this necklace and these earrings and this bracelet and these shoes. Another piece of advice that really helped me, the style challenge, was to accessorize your outfits in whatever that means to you. If that means like a ball cap and a leather bracelet, great. If that means some dangly jewelry and some cute shoes, awesome. I do believe, and don't totally quote me on this because I'm getting mixed messages a lot, but I do believe that we are going to be doing at least one event/photo as a group with wearing Chucks or Converse shoes. I don't believe the color matters or the style, but one photo with Chucks. And I believe it was said try to wear something white in that photo, so that it's kind of like a combined. Oh, Karina's here, so she can help verify. I was just that I'm not like totally confirmed, but we are one event/photo with Chucks and something white. Is that correct?
Yes, that's for celebration night.
Okay.
Because that's the night that everybody gets all dolled up.
Okay, perfect. So that is that is confirmed. Karina is confirmed. So, I was just, Karina, you missed the beginning of this. Sarah's having a lot of trouble with her computer, so she asked me just to get this started, and I just started talking about clothing. I talked a little bit about how, like, wear what makes you feel the most comfortable, because that's going to show in your photos then. If you're not girly and you're wearing something pink and fluffy and froofy, it's going to show in your photos that you're not comfortable. So wear what makes you feel comfortable. Do you have anything to add clothing-wise?
Yeah, I really do, you guys. Stop thinking about it. Honestly, I'm going to be perfectly honest. My first summit trip, I bought like 20 motivational tank tops because I wanted all the cute words on my shirts at Summit. And I'm fairly certain nobody noticed them. I'm also certain that I wasn't even aware of what I was wearing, because you're just busy and you're having fun. And more often than not, you're going to think that I'm going to get all dressed up, and you won't. You'll wear your workout clothes, because especially when we're going to the sessions, it's super air conditioned. Like, if it's anything like Nashville, you're going to be freezing. So plan on bringing like a little scarf, or what do they call it? A pashmina. I don't know. I had my Lululemon scarf that you can unbutton and it works its way into being a blanket. I had that with me everywhere, because you'll get freezing. Whereas outside, you'll be sweating your butt off. So really, we think about it. And like last year too, we all analyzed our outfits and planned every little thing. And it was a lot of effort. Happy birthday, Anthea. I just saw Anthea, and it's her birthday. Love you, girl. Happy birthday. So the white dress on celebration night, or cream if you look better in cream. We're not going to be picky. Just a neutral tone of lightness. And your Chucks if you have them. What was I going to say? We will, like, I know we don't have an exact, I'm hoping that Rosa will jump on, because I know that we don't have an exact schedule yet, but if there's an event, okay, so Mardi Gras party. Who here earned Mardi Gras party? I did. And everybody that earned it also gets +1. So if you haven't been asked yet, you might be being asked. I haven't announced my +1 yet. But so like you get a +1 for that party, and you have that party. So I would absolutely put some time and energy into thinking what you're going to wear to that party, because there's a theme to it. Last year's party was
80s.
Thank you. And we all put a lot of thought into our 80s outfit and looked horribly awesome all at the same time. And the year before it was sequins. No, not Nashville. It wasn't sequins and studs. It was, it's all a blur, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Summit is a blur. Okay. Like it's going to be, so here's what you want to do when it comes to your clothes. Pack light. Don't pack a zillion outfits. You won't wear them. And if anything, it'll just stress you out while you're there that you have 20 million things to pick through. Pick stuff that, what I do, I pick what I wear right now. If I'm going out with friends here in town, that's the outfit I'm going to pack to go out in New Orleans because that's what I'm comfortable in and that's what I'm going to feel good in. Pack very light in the tone of fabric because it's hot. It's so much hotter than you can physically imagine. I've not been to New Orleans, but if you've even a fraction of Nashville, trust me, all the pretty you try to have will just drip off your face. You'll just, last year at the Diamonds, we got our makeup professionally airbrushed and all this jazz and our hair all done for a celebration night. It was so sweaty and so hot. We all looked like hot messes and not the cute way either, you guys. It wasn't cute. It was just hot.
I think that's a good segue into I think we've done a good job covering clothes. Now we can segue into like the makeup stuff. So a really good piece of advice that we got last year because of makeup was to get a good spray. I think Urban Decay, is that what it's called? That's like the best one that everybody likes. And I love it too. You can get it from Sephora or wherever, I don't know, but that's where I got it from. And it works well to keep your makeup on. A lot of girls get their lashes done, like either extensions, or I just brought false lashes because it really makes your eyes pop in photos. Where's Taryn? We need Taryn on this call. But if you have not ever done false lashes before, practice a little bit before you go so that you're not frustrated while you're down there. And Taryn did, I'm sure that she still has it from last year, she did a amazing tutorial video on how to do false lashes. So I'm sure she will see this recording, or we can tag her and ask her to share that with everybody. So does anyone have any questions like right now about clothes or makeup?
Because if not, I'd like to segue into the next thing. But what's in the chat? I wasn't even seeing the chat. Elf makes one that's only $6. Awesome.
I don't know what Elf is.
It must be a brand of makeup, I'm thinking. I don't either, to be perfectly honest.
I was like, I'm like from the Christmas.
Will Ferrell? That's cool. That's awesome.
He makes
you know what? I personally, the first time I got my lash extensions was for Summit last year. And I loved having them because even when you don't sleep, and because you don't much, and you're at the things first thing in the morning, you still look pretty because your lashes are on your face already. So for me, it was just easiest to have them on, and I haven't stopped since. So warning, they are addictive, just, and my experience was not as traumatic as Rosa's, or I would never have gotten them again.
I didn't get lash extensions. I just got the Sephora ones. They're a little bit more expensive. They're like $25, but they last through Summit. So taking them off, putting them back on. It's because I don't know. I'm not a lash extension. Oh, Sarah Gunther, you're here. You found us. Do we know the Mardi Gras theme? The Success Club party's theme is Mardi Gras or whatever that.
So I looked that up, like I think that maybe like sequin masks, and don't Google too deep because you'll see things you don't want to see if you're Googling Mardi Gras, but sequins and color, like bright colors, feathers, like
purples and golds and greens and black sequins. If you look on Pinterest, type in Mardi Gras outfit, and that's what I did, and I found lots of good stuff. Plus our local dollar store has like the masquerade masks and tons of beads. So I feel like if you have beads and a mask from your dollar store, you're great to go.
You'll be covered. Yes.
So you're segueing?
Oh, I was just going to say, because I think it's super important. Every summit I've gone to, there are people that come for the party and people that come for work. And what I would love to encourage you guys to do is make the work part your priority. You can still have all the fun. I will ask anyone. I had fun every single year at Summit because I barely remember it. So that means I had a good time. But I was more interested, not necessarily more interested, but you guys, the value in the sessions that we're going to, like, bring a brand new beautiful notebook. Bring a brand new, beautiful notebook, empty, and label it Summit 2017, and bring 5 pens because you'll run out of ink, and just be there to learn. Like, more than anything, yes, there's networking. Yes, we get to all hang out with each other and have a blast, but this is a business investment for you. It's an investment. It's not cheap to go where we're going, y'all. So make the most of it. Don't skip out on sessions thinking, oh, I already know that, because you probably don't. Like, I've been a coach for 4 years and I still learn something every year. So make the most of the money you're spending to be there. This isn't just a money investment. You're taking time away from your family. You're taking time away from your job if you have another job. Like, this is a big deal. And you'll want your people to see that. You'll want your people to see that you take this seriously. And absolutely, we're going to show all the fun too, but share that we're learning, and share, the top coaches that you get to hear from, and that you're part of a top 10 team. Like, this is a big deal that we're going there on the year that Rosa's top 10. Like, that's a huge deal. And one thing I was going to say too, jump out of your comfort zone. If you see somebody you want a selfie with, grab them and take a selfie. Just do it. If you see a circle of coaches, like my first year, I saw Scotty Hobbs, Melanie Mitro, and Gabby, Scotty's wife, chatting. And I'm like, I'm just going to work myself into that combo. And I just walked into the circle and started talking to them. And you want that. Like, you want to be able to connect with those people and have the selfies with those people, because your people will know who these people are. And also, you'll become famous by association. I'm just saying. That will happen.
Speaking of it being Rosa's top 10 year and the Fit Republic going and having fun at Summit, there are opportunities where we go out and we have fun, and there's drinking in New Orleans. But yeah, and I've seen like some giant drinks on YouTube. But the Fit Republic prides themselves on being tasteful and being respectful and being professional. So, like, having drinks is one thing. Getting loser wasted is not cool. I'm just going to be the tough love and be a grown-up about it. Like Karina said, this is a business investment. Don't waste your time by being wasted and can't remember anything and hungover the whole time. Yeah. So have fun, but be respectful and represent the Fit Republic well, because we are a top 10 team. And to say that you are on Rosa Friesen's team is a big freaking deal. So make sure that you own that and you're respectful about that. Sarah Gunther, we took over your call. Do you have an agenda, a topic agenda?
Nope, no agenda. This is exactly what I wanted, because it was something that I was going to do for my team. And I was like, you know what? I think we just need to do one big call. And I've only been there 1 year. So last year's my first year. And these ladies have great advice. And same thing, what I found for my very first year, it was really intimidating to see everybody. So like seeing the diamond coaches, I was like, oh my goodness, because you totally think they're famous in our own team. It's so funny. But like everybody, you just need to put that effort forward and go and say, hey, and tell them who you are. Because for me, people were also saying hi to me, and I was like, what's your Facebook name?
Your Facebook name.
Yeah, it's so hard.
And don't get butthurt if somebody doesn't recognize you. All we see of each other is these little faces on these screens or our tiny profile pictures. So, and how many Sarahs do we have? I mean, really.
Oh, lots.
So, yeah. So right? Say like, hey, Karina, I'm, Kristen's current iPhone, but have your real name. Like you got to introduce yourself with your Facebook name. That's how we'll know you.
Yeah, exactly. And it is really, when you're a brand new coach going, it is intimidating, because you're like, oh, everybody has these friendships, but really, like, we only see each other at these events anyways. It's hard to get together otherwise. So you have to just really, like they said, go out of your comfort zone and just go right in, because we all love everybody here. We're all one big team, and we want to make sure everybody has a good time and everything like that. So, and to Melissa was talking about the drinking thing. Absolutely. I think I had 2 drinks. The Summit, or
I had more than 2.
Karina had more than 2. Because the next day, it's really terrible planning on their part. The next day is the early workout, and you have to be there so early. Sometimes people don't go actually to bed. You can tell by their outfit and what they look like. Avoid eating street meat in the middle of the night too. You'll get sick the next day. But yeah, just remember that the Summit workout is super early. And not only is it early, you actually have to be there way earlier.
Yeah.
And it starts like at least an hour. I think we were there, right?
Yeah. So all the super workouts, I've pretty much every year not gone to bed before them because we are out late. And you are tired, but there's energized, don't worry. But that being said, like Sarah said, she had 2 drinks. Know your limit. Know who you are. Okay? I have a pretty high tolerance. So
right. And I don't.
Don't be like, I'm going to be like Karina, because don't.
Yeah, you may regret that.
Do not try to keep up with Karina. Like, don't.
But also, I don't get a hangover. So I admit that that's a saving grace for me. I don't get that. But know who you are and don't do, like, we're not in high school. There's not going to be any peer pressure. There's not going to be any expectation. This is your trip to make it what you want it to be for you. But more than anything, it is a business trip. The fun will be had, but it is a business trip. And everything that you write down in that notebook, go home and implement.
Yes.
Don't save your notes. I've got 3 years worth of Summit's notes, and I haven't implemented all of them. And I'd love to know where my business would be if I had. So implement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Melissa, did you want to say something? You look like you're.
I was gonna. Oh, is that my hand? Is my hand up? Or
no,
Ashley?
you just look like you're gonna say something. Oh, somebody's hand up.
I unmuted you, Ashley.
Thank you. I just have a question about the reference material. So outside of the Team Beachbody, outside of that, is there any other reference material that we should be reviewing to prepare ourselves?
No, everything that's going to be covered there will be maybe not necessarily brand new, but will be, it'll be clear in what it is. And here's something they didn't do the first year that I wish they had, but they do now. Every session you go to is recorded, and within about usually 2 months of Summit, it's uploaded to the online office. So you can even right now go and look at last year's Summit trainings and like Rosa's taught from last year and stuff, which was awesome. There's nothing I feel like you need to do to prepare yourself for the business learning side of it, other than show up with a pen and paper and ready. And know
Our super workout, our workout that we registered for, our hall that we're registered in.
Yes. And you have the app. There is a Beachbody Summit app, and you can track all your stuff in it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, download it right now. It's I think it's just Coach Summit, and you can go into, there's the master schedule, but you can click add to my schedule. So if you're doing the Leandra workout, you can add that to your schedule. If you're in Hall E, you can add that to your schedule. Registration. Maybe we can talk a little bit about logistics right now.
Yeah.
So when I think registration is open pretty much when all of us get there. I don't know who's coming like super early, but registration, I believe, opens Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning. There's like giant signs everywhere on the app. It tells you where to go to registration. It's very straightforward. You'll go, there's a sign for Emerald coaches, there's a sign for Diamond coaches, there's a sign for regular coaches, there's a sign for 2-star, whatever. And you go in there and you give them your coach ID. If you don't know your coach ID yet, memorize that because you will need it. You give them your coach ID. They give you your package of things. It's got all the goodies that you need. Wristbands, once they're on, do not take them off. They will not replace them, and you won't be able to get into any of the sessions without it. So put them on, don't lose them. There was something else I was going to say. I lost it. Dang. Your coach ID, the core. Can you do that upstairs, please? Right. The core is the giant, huge, massive, you've never seen something so big store of Beachbody. It's like the size of I live in Alberta, so like our small town or like our central rinks or like arenas or whatever. Like it's freaking huge. And there's sessions or sections for like Autumn's clothing, and a section for like P90X clothing, and a section for Pio clothing. And it's huge. And there's all of the products and stuff that you want. Canadian coaches, I wouldn't hold your breath that there will be vegan cafe latte or vegan vanilla there, because last year we didn't have cafe latte yet, and it wasn't at Summit, and I was so disappointed. But to pay for Summit or pay for the stuff in the core, go somewhere else and talk to your dad. There is, you pay with your coach ID number. so it's whatever credit card is attached to your Coach ID number, that's how you pay for stuff in the core. However, for stuff like the Shakeology bars, or sometimes there's like if it's in the stadium, sometimes their little food court areas or their food places will be open for coffee or snacks or whatever. You want cash for those, or I guess your credit card or whatever. I don't believe that the Shakeology bars, you can use your credit card, only cash.
No, cash only at the Shakeology bar.
The Shakeology bar, this is something that I mean, it's not a big deal, but something that I was surprised about when I got there. They have like 3 feature recipes each day. So it's not like you go and pick, I want this and add this and this and this. It's like you get a choice of 3 different ones. Still delicious and still awesome when you have gone out the night before and you need something to bring you back to life. But you will want cash for that. Obviously you want cash or credit card or whatever for any like local spending. Depending on when you get there and when you leave, you may or may not have time for exploring. But if you do, I know that some of the girls have arranged, on their own, they've arranged for themselves a tour, a Gator tour. Some of us are going to go look at some of the local originals stuff. If you're a fan of the show, I posted in the Summit group there. And I'm sure lots of other people will be going and checking out the French Quarter and stuff. Like, it's New Orleans. So
what show?
The Originals. It's a spinoff of the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about. Sorry. You know what I looked up today, because it was like Expedia was telling me things to do in New Orleans, and it had like this like creepy haunted house tour, but it's like the adult version where like they tell you like horrific stories, and you wouldn't think I'd be into that, but I really am. And I'm like, that could be cool.
We also have a vampire tour around New Orleans, but it's only at 8:30 at night. So I'm like, no one, if anybody else is coming on the Wednesday, like we could go do a tour of vampires. Anyways, we're getting off track. Other logistics, definitely bring a pen, like Karina said, pen and paper to your everything. You'll probably want to have some kind of little bag to carry everything around, snacks, your water bottle, your Energize, your stuff. And like Lindsay, I think it was, posted in the Summit group, bring portable chargers. You can get them for dirt cheap, like everywhere. Your dollar store, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever. You can, I just saw that people are commenting. Hopefully someone else is paying attention to that.
You don't want to be the coach that's sitting next to the electrical outlet with the 10 other coaches. I didn't know that.
So what I'm doing this year is I am bringing a power bar, because the problem was that we had 4 coaches in our room, 4 cell phones, probably 6 or something portable chargers, and only 3 outlets, plus hair things. Yeah. So I'm bringing a power bar, and Sarah Gunther, if you're a Canadian, get a US cell phone plan. I think most companies now, like I'm on TELUS, and I know Bell has it too, that you just pay like $7 a day and you get access to your phone as if you were still in Canada. So like access to the same amount of data, you're texting, whatever. We have 10 minutes left, so I'm going to let you guys catch up. That was what I wanted to say.
I was going to say, do keep in mind the dollar difference, so that when you get your credit card statement the next, week at home, you don't cry and your husband doesn't get really mad at you. Not that I'm just saying a friend might have experienced that.
Or just pretend and then never look at your statement and don't show it.
Yeah, I kind of do that too. But because the truth is there's so much good stuff at the core, you guys, that we don't get access to, especially as Canadian coaches online. So you'll want to add to your card. Keep your receipts. Yes. I just filed my taxes today. I don't want any judgment on that. But I had to claim, this is a business expense. So this is a tax write-off, you guys. Your flight, your food, your lodging, it is all a tax write-off. So keep your receipt.
What was I? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, not alcohol.
I wanted to know. And Karina and Melissa, you may know this. When you are buying in the store, the core, last year I remember putting everything through on my husband's Coach account. Yeah. They allowed you, right, Karina? Yeah. You want to explain that a little bit? If you are Emerald or have a spouse.
If you have a spouse account and you put your purchases under his account, that gives you volume. It's really cool. So do that. And you can absolutely do that. They'll allow you to do that. You just need his Coach ID. So know yours and know your spouse's. And what they do, it's really cool. I just looked it up today. They email you a receipt. They don't even print you one out. They just email it to you so you can see what you bought. all that jazz. But yeah, excellent point, Sarah. Put it under your spouse's account so that you earn volume from that.
So on the core, and Karina, maybe you know this, but last year I didn't go the first day of the core because I was like, I'll just wait until it's not so busy, because there is a lineup at the core if you don't go early.
Huge lineup.
But I thought I saw something about this year that some things were only being released on certain days at the core.
So what they usually do, you guys, for the core is that there is special access. So the elite coaches and especially like top 10 and elite get to go on a special shopping night the day before it all opens. Last year I got in early for being a Success Club All-Star Legends or something. I don't know. When you do that, you get to go in early. And they do. There are certain release dates for certain things. And if you miss it, they're not awesome with stocking sizes and stuff. So I went, and it's like everything, because you know how corporate sizing is, everything's small. So everyone's buying like large or extra large, and there was like tons of extra smalls left over. I didn't get the Coach sweatpants I wanted. I've got the top, not the bottoms. I was going to say there is a bag policy, but I don't know what it is compared to like Nashville. We weren't allowed to wear heels because we were walking on a sports field. So
that was like just for those of you in the, like, for those of you that were 2-star, 1-star and higher, because the rest of us, it didn't matter if we wore heels or not.
Because you weren't on the grass.
But that said, I was going to say, Nancy was asking about dressing up for the closing ceremonies. I did wear a dress, and because my dress was shorter, my ass stuck to the plastic chair that I was sitting on because it was so hot. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing your outfit, that if you're not down in the beautiful seating, then you're probably in stadium seating.
Are we inside though?
We are. This year we're inside, and it'll be air conditioned the whole
so it'll be
time.
a little bit better.
Yeah.
But you're still going to stick to your seat. Don't matter.
It's still a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you guys just know that like we can talk about all the details all we want, and it doesn't matter if you're a planner or not a planner. This is going to be exactly what you want it to be, and you control that. So please don't overanalyze your clothes, because let's remember, we're one in how many thousands that are going to be there, right? And you're special and unique and amazing and awesome, and we love you, but you're the only one paying attention to it. Nobody else is. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's thinking, oh, look at her shoes, they're not. If anything, the vibe there is so positive and so uplifting and so loving. You don't need to worry about that. Like, again, we're not in high school, and it's wonderful that we're not.
That made me think of something. You were talking about not being afraid to ask for selfies. Don't be afraid to ask people to take your photo either, and check it, and then ask them to retake it, because this is literally the only time ever you're going to be around thousands of other people that get what you're doing, that don't care that you're asking for 7 different poses or like retries. They will take the photo of you, but make sure that you're asking for the photos that you want and the ones that you want to share on your marketing later. I suggested to my girls, check out some other coaches' pages or some Pinterest or whatever for some poses or some things that you want to take photos of, and ask for them. Ask the coaches on your team, ask the coaches from another team, ask the stranger on the street, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a coach or a spouse of a coach. So don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, I think that, like when it comes, we'll lay out a bit more of a schedule once we have more details about like if there's a Fit Republic event going on that we will all be able to be together at. I know that's getting harder and harder as the team gets bigger, but even amongst ourselves, we'll make it work out. I mean, last year we coordinated a flash mob, and that was awesome. I think we're behind the times for that this year. I'm not doing it, just so you know. But like we're hopefully all on the same track for the trainings. And the bag policy, I only know what it was for national, and I apologize, I don't know yet, but it is on the Summit site. If there is one, it's on the Summit site, and it's on the app.
The general rule is that your bag is going to get searched at the stadium or at the store. Pardon?
And you can't bring in water. Like into the Superdome, it's just like the Nashville one where we couldn't bring in a drink because they have drinks there.
Bring an empty water bottle if you want to fill it up in the sink. But I think in the core of the bag policy, if you have a bag, like I had my purse the whole time and they never had an issue. But if you have like a backpack or something, they'll just make you check it at the door, and then you just come back around and get it. It's just to make sure you're not stealing anything in the core or bringing in weapons into the stadium.
And if any of you are thinking of bringing your laptop because you think you're going to be productive and get a lot of work done, don't bother, okay? You're going to get work done on your phone as best as you can, but you're not. I have brought my laptop, my MacBook, to every trip we've gone on and have never once opened it. So don't waste that space in your luggage.
I brought mine for the plane ride, but that was the only time. And so I think this time I'm just going to bring an extra notebook and some new PD books and use that time to catch up on PD.
Totally.
So we have 2 minutes left. Any other questions? I'm sure we can add stuff. There's a list in the Summit group that Sarah started of things to bring. So coaches that have been there before, check it out and add stuff that you thought was super helpful for you. Coaches that have not been there before, check it out and see if there's anything you're missing. Kirsten, this call is recorded, so you can check it out. But I think we're going to wear white something on the celebration day.
Yeah, celebration night, we're going to try to wear, I think the theme was a white or light colored dress with our chucks, just for the team picture. It makes a really strong statement. Lindsay Matway did one once with all her team in their blue color and heels, and they looked gorgeous. I mean,
well, even our picture with the gray ones, it looks good that we're all together. Ashley, I love that you're using that hand function. Okay, you're unmuted.
So what night is the celebration night?
Saturday night. It's
Saturday.
the last.
Oh, okay.
And that's all in that schedule too on the app.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
So,
and nobody will miss anything because we're all staying in rooms together and stuff. So we're going to be good. It's going to be fine.
when you go to the sessions and stuff, if you're one of the first Fit Republicers there, take out all the shit from your bags and put them on all of the chairs as you can see, because and save chairs. And we're not the only team that does that. People are really good if they say, are you saving those? Yes, we're saving them for our team. Okay, thanks. So seriously, if you're the first ones there, save 40 seats wherever you are. And I'm not kidding. So we have 30 seconds left. Any other questions? Sweet. Thanks for hosting, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.